Andrea Gonzales, still not forgotten. You've been missing since November the 20th of 1993. You were last seen in Russellville, Alabama. They classified you as an endangered missing child. You're listed as a female, white, date of birth January 21st, 1988. You were 5 years old, 2'6", 37 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. But they said you had severe emotional and behavioral problems. And you had a scar on the left side of your forehead near your hairline. At the time of your disappearance, you were living with your father, Paul, and your stepmom, Kim. And Kim was pregnant. Prior to moving in with them, you had lived in Illinois with your biological mom, Michelle. But then you were sent to various foster homes in Illinois in the Department of Children and Family Services, DCFS, because your mom was incarcerated for perjury. Your foster parents stated that you suffered from stomach parasites when you come into their care, and you frequently used profanity and had tantrums and violent outbursts. They believed that you had been essayed, but no one ever bothered to confirm, and your mom denied it. Your mom repeatedly missed her visitations when she was released from prison. So DCFS thought that it would be best to ask your dad if he wanted to take custody of you. So he agreed. Andrea, you moved to Alabama to be with your father and your stepmother in early 1993. Your mom's other two kids were put up for adoption. You weren't there long before Paul and Kim, your dad and stepmom, reported you missing as a missing child on November the 20th of 1993. I'll never forget that night. They said you disappeared from a family's trailer in the middle of the night. There were no signs of forced entry in this home, but the Gonzaleses stated the trailer was an older one and its locks could have been picked easily. I had lived in these communities all my life, and never in my memories could I ever remember a child coming up missing, kidnapped, openly abused, anything in these communities. And this just really rocked my world. We all come out as a community and we searched for you, Andrea. We looked through weeds, we looked through woods, we looked up and down mountains. You were nowhere to be found. But Andrea, you've never been heard from again. An extensive search of the area turned up no indication of your whereabouts. The bloodhounds, they could only track your scent as far as the front porch. Your father and your stepmother initially said that your mom may have come and taken you. But your mom, Michelle, she was later located and didn't even have a clue that you were gone. She is and never was considered a suspect in your disappearance. Paul, he passed a lie detector test, but Kim, she failed hers. She initially blamed a failure on stress in her pregnancy. Authorities quickly come to believe that Kim was involved in Andrea's disappearance because she kept referring to her stepdaughter in the past tense. That's how she talked about you, Andrea. She would refer to you as got gone. You were this sort of child. You had brown eyes. So, Andrea, on February the 13th, 1995, over a year later, your stepmom, Kim, voluntarily went to the police, and she confessed to killing you. She claimed she had accidentally scalded you while bathing you. Kim said she had put medicine on all your burns and gave you Tylenol for the pain, put you to bed. In several hours, she found you deceased. She said she panicked, then wrapped you in a plastic garbage bag, tied it to a concrete block with an electric cord, and dropped it off of the Mondi Bridge into Upper Bear Creek Lake in Bear Creek. An extensive search of the lake turned up 2 trash bags and 1 concrete block, but there was no sign of you. Your dad, Paul, at first he had claimed he had been asleep when Kim bathed you, and he woke up to find his daughter, you, missing. But he later said that he helped dispose of you too. Police didn't believe that your death was accidental, though. They believed that you had been deliberately abused and murdered. First, both of them, Kim and Paul, were charged with capital murder. Both could have faced the death penalty if convicted. Prosecutors argued that the Gonzaleses effectively murdered Andrea by withholding medical attention, at the very least, from her after her scalding. But without Andrea's body, there was not enough evidence to convict either defendant of murder. Andrea, you just did not get justice. Paul pled guilty to manslaughter in Andrea's case and testified against Kim at her trial. He was sentenced to 10 years in prison, but he served only 2. Only 2. 2 years, and was released September of 97. At Kim's trial, her attorneys argued that it was all Paul's fault, and he was domineering and abusive, and that it was he, not Kim, who killed you. But Kim was found not guilty of murder, but guilty of child abuse. She was released from prison in 2001. She still lives somewhere in Alabama. Paul reportedly now lives in Texas. Some people theorize that you're still alive, that there never was a murder, but you were trafficked. From time to time, people still looked for you, and they still searched for you. The latest search was in a cellar in Muscle Shoals, Alabama, which turned up no evidence. Andrea, where are you?